Something we're talking a lot about with our clients these days is setting boundaries around media consumption. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people are struggling to find a balance between staying informed, which most of our clients really value, and staying mentally healthy and well. And so the fix for that is to set media boundaries. When we talk about self care, people often think about things like bubble baths, or decompressing with Netflix at the end of a long day, or going for a walk outdoors. But self care is also about boundaries. It's saying no to people in your life when they ask you to do things you don't want to do. And it's about saying no to things that kind of are coming at you in a way that feels intrusive. And so, media boundaries specifically are about saying no to a constant barrage of news app notifications and about setting parameters for how and when you're going to consume your news. So, I'm here today to give you a few tips to help you set better media boundaries so that you can stay informed while also staying mentally healthy. Tip number one: if you have news apps on your phone that give you notifications, turn those notifications off. This is the number one way that the news hijacks your mood and invades your life without your consent. Tip number two: if your main source of news is social media, like you go scrolling through Facebook or through Instagram and that's how you find out what's going on in the world, ask yourself what you're trying to get out of social media when you're scrolling through it, because that's another way that you unwittingly subject yourself to news that you're not expecting to receive. On a whole, with social media, what I want to do is encourage you to figure out what those needs are and find other ways to get them met. And that doesn't mean don't use social media. It just means use it mindfully and use it for things that you're intending to use it for. Tip number three: make a conscious decision about when and for how long you're going to read the news. So, for example, I know that I'm more emotionally vulnerable in the morning. So I try not to look at news sites in the morning. I try to read my news later in the day when I'm a little bit more galvanized against difficult things. Also, decide how much time a day you want to dedicate to consuming news. Maybe 30 minutes is a good starting point, and then see if that feels like too much or too little. Play around with it a little bit. Find out what works best for you, but be deliberate about it, because that will help you feel less bombarded and more in control of this. And finally, tip number four: choose your news sources carefully. So maybe you really trust the New York Times or NPR, or maybe there's a YouTuber who does news summaries that you really like, or maybe you like watching Rachel Maddow while you make dinner, or maybe there's a podcast that you love, or maybe it's a late night comedian who delivers the news with a little bit of humor. Whatever it is, choose your sources carefully, pick 2 to 3 of them, and then set boundaries around everything else so that you're really conscientiously digesting news sources that resonate with your values. You don't have to be perfect about your media boundaries, but if you find that you're feeling overwhelmed by the way that you're consuming news right now, it might be worth giving some thought to it and making some changes. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.